All right, it's another glorious Arizona weekend, and I find myself out on the patio playing with some radios, basically playing with some antennas actually this week. And in particularly, I was playing with this guy right next to Luna. It's my ATAS-120, and you know, these guys are notoriously bad at tuning when they don't have a proper ground plane. When they do, they work great, push a button and they tune up really nice. But you know, these are pretty tricky when you don't have a good ground plane. And I recently heard a talk about the POTA Performer. I think it was KJ6ER, I believe, on the POTA Performer. And he was talking about quarter wave verticals and how inefficient the laying a bunch of radials on the ground were, how much loss there was when you lay radials on the ground. And before, when I did that approach with the ATAS-120, I probably had 16 radials laid out, and it would tune okay. But after the talk, and hearing how he got performance out of the a 17-foot vertical or quarter wave vertical with elevated radials, I decided to do the same thing with the ATAS. And I did just basically took the recipe right off the website, took the radial lengths that he has laid out, made them linked. So the farthest one I got here is tuned for 20 meters, and then I got 15, 12, and 10. And there's two. Right now I have it laid 180 degrees opposing, but about a meter off the ground. And I have these cheap yard or driveway markers that I use, just tied up. Got a little hinge at the top, but about a meter off the ground, as he said. And the ATAS is tuning like it's on a car, single button tune. And I know the POTA Performer used the link to get the optimum performance at each band, but I just have it at the 20 meter length. It does tune 20 and 40, and it seems to work fine on 40. And then I do take it down to the 15 and 10 to tune 15 and 10. Actually, if you put it on 15, let's see, we'll do that now. If we put it on 15 by unlinking that and tuning the radial system down to a 15 meter length for radials, it should tune up fine on 15 and 12 and 10. I think all the higher frequency bands there. Let's see, nobody there knows. But let's see, we'll go down to 15 meters and hit tune, and you see it go up there and tuned in right away, pretty quick. So it works like a charm, actually, as long as you get the right radial length on there. I haven't done any testing to see if there's any difference, but I'll just leave it up to all the work that KJ6ER, I believe, did on all the modeling that he did at the various radial lengths and on a quarter wave antenna. I know this is a loaded one, but the principle should be the same. But been playing around, and it is working fine. I think the first time I took it out, had a contact in Wales on this little guy, and I don't think I've ever had a UK contact ever, even on the shack, the shack radio that's got the big antenna back there. And you know, I had this out here today playing, had the Moxon up, and I was going to do a comparison of, is 100 watts on an ATAS better than 20 watts? I have my little field radio. These may have saw the FX4CR on the bench there. I had 20 watts on the Moxon and 100 watts off the 991 into the ATAS. But it was no contest because the Moxon was getting a good 4 to 5 S units more signal than the ATAS was. So it didn't matter that I had 100 watts. If I couldn't hear the station, which many stations I couldn't hear on the ATAS that I could definitely hear, like a 5.5 signal would be nothing on here. It'd just be barely legible under the noise. But so 100 watts or 20 watts didn't matter because I couldn't hear them. But other than that, on the stations that I do pick up on the ATAS, it hits them well. It just isn't a match for a Moxon that's a beam and got the front to back ratio and the gain. But that Moxon, the Moxon has no ability to tune multiple bands, so that's stuck on 10 meters. But if 10 meters ain't happening, I can go to 15, I can go to 20, I can go to 12, 17, everything on the ATAS. Screwdriver antennas are good for that. So that's it. Just wanted to mention that. So I think I'm dubbing this the ATAS Performer, for a lack of a better term, or maybe just to pay homage to the POTA Performer and all the work that was done on that antenna, that it works across, not just the 17-foot whips, but a screwdriver antenna as well. So encourage you guys to get out there, play radio, play with your antennas, experiment. I know this wasn't very scientific, but it did work, and I'm having fun playing with it. So again, hope all is well. I'm going to head back and start playing some more radio. Until then, this is KK7JXG. Barry. Talk to you next time. Bye.